So John, you're resisting.
I have no way of knowing what these are when I get home. I'm going to look at a mouse.
You're consciously
What is a
resisting
mouse?
the reading. So it did have impact on you. Right. Okay. Des?
I didn't realize I was putting an intention on it, but what's been weighing on my mind, it kept coming to that. So it actually
kept
fit.
coming to what?
To what? It's a work-related issue. I've been in my position 3.5 years and never had a bump, and now things are changing, and there's somebody who's managing projects over me, representing. I said it's been like a wave of chaos has come in. Everything that's been touched has just caused mass confusion, and then found out that there's some resistance on her part to even have to be in the position at all. So it's just interesting because, and then all the little dark things, and then I have to push forward on my own because I can't really rely on a team, just like I haven't really had to.
And therefore you have to be a fool and step out on something new.
My thing. And then that ties into my side business and decisions I continue to make. So just interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of fit.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
think
scary. That was a scary-ish reading.
Okay.
Maybe because it's all new beginnings, it seems like, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the whole reading, it seems like.
Okay.
What got me about it was, I know it's new beginnings, but there's so much in doubt as to what's going to happen next.
Well, that could have been a reading about my divorce, for that matter.
Chaos and
Yeah.
stepping out.
Yeah. All
can't
the
have two.
dismal.
You only
Yes,
get
I
one.
can.
He chose what?
well,
The
so
whole wedding, they all seem like sort of the same to me.
everyone's stepping out on something new.
How about you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the coming out with the fool at the end of it. I actually feel like I'm stepping out as the fool every day because I keep, I'm putting a lot of energy into the YouTube channel right now, okay? And I did this first Q&A live, okay? So I had actual people asking me questions about it, stepping off, and okay, I know a lot of things about Jungian psychology, but I didn't know who the 45 people that came into that Q&A and throughout the session were. I mean, it could have been some of the leading Jungian analysts of the world, and so I didn't know whether someone who would be very much better educated than me. Okay, I mean, I'm self-educated, but I'm not professionally trained. So, therefore, I guess my biggest concern is that I may have missed something. Okay, but so far that hasn't proved to be the case. But I'm not. I mean, there was one issue on Saturday that I didn't have a very clear answer for. Couple of issues. And so I said we'd ask Bill about it.
I thought some
Bill
of your
doesn't know
answers were
either.
good, though. Some of your answers are really good.
On the
ones
Q&A.
that were typed, they're only like 4 or 5 that I could see. Your typed responses were very good. I was impressed.
Thank you. Could you pour me a glass of this water also?
That's me. Where's yours?
I don't know, any one of them. There's a glass for you there too, Des, if you want.
And you could do like Jordan Peterson does and have votes on the questions, the top questions that you'll address.
Well, I mean, here's an interesting point. At 35 minutes and 45 seconds into the Q&A, I was asked, what do you think of Jordan Peterson? And about 6 or 7 minutes later, somebody was saying, well, why hasn't Jordan Peterson discovered you? I said, well,
There you
He has
Put the
he
invite
has
out.
videos on you. He He has talked.
Yeah, but he hasn't discovered you,
Oh,
me.
you. Oh.
He hasn't discovered me.
Now.
Thou, yeah.
or it on some days.
So far, Jordan Peterson hasn't come in and challenged anything that I said, fortunately.
He's exhausted.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I mean, very honestly, it can be exhausting because even with this first effort, it was so popular that I did it at 3 p.m. on Saturday, and only with the statistics through the end of the day on Saturday, it was number 2 of all almost 500 videos on the YouTube channel for the 28-day period now. But of all the videos that are on the channel, this was number 2 after only 9 hours. And so I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to have to do more Q&As and more, huh?
People are hungry.
People are hungry. They want to ask questions. And so, I don't know, I have to think about how to do it. You know,
I think you need a confederate. You need someone so you can add another dimension. You know? Well, no, you could have like who are the car mechanics? You know, click and clack. You know. All right, I bet you're a widower.
well, I'll tell you what, next time I do one, I mean, what are your thoughts now? Okay, here's a question, okay, because basically what I found is that we could almost do the group online. I think we would lose something very valuable to this group, okay, because I had an experience once before about in the early 90s where all of a sudden video conferencing came in. And so instead of actual face-to-face meetings where you shook hands and so on, but instead of actual interpersonal meetings, we were having these video conferences. And the magic of what we had been doing for the previous 2 years just went away with that. And so I'm very reluctant to say, well, okay, guys, we don't have to come to Sammy's anymore. Let's just, I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, we don't have to come to Sammy's. You guys can just put your questions in at, you know, you can still be in the group at 7:30 on Monday nights,
We sit
except
in our
that,
pajamas in the
yeah,
tent.
yeah.
Yeah, but the way we did it at work, this is what we did, is we have 2 people in Boston that are always in the meeting with us, and there was one in Denver. But anyway, so we'd be in a meeting, and those people would have a computer sitting there with their face on it. And they could see us, and we could see their face. And so they were in the circle, and we could just, hey, you know, hey, Aaron, what do you think about blah, 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 you know, and she,
It was like they were physically
it was like they
there.
were there. It's just their head was there.
That's how we do it for my company because it's based
Yeah.
out of Denver, but most of us telecommute. So
Yeah.
we go into Google Hangouts and you have everyone's little
Right.
picture at the bottom, and you take off your speaker and I have a question, and then your face pops up on the screen.
Yeah. So it was pretty spontaneous that way.
And so, what system are you using? You're using Google
Hangouts,
Google Hangouts.
which can be tricky. It's but they had to upgrade us. I mean, they have a number because we had like 20-some people at one time on it, and then we have our big team meetings, like the whole company's on it, so we can see the conference room and they can see us
Yeah, we did
out
that.
there and
too.
that
We
type of
did that,
thing.
yeah.
So it's twitchy, Google Hangouts, but mostly, I mean, that's
But the one where we
Yeah,
sat
we
in the
did.
room and the people not in the room were on screen, I thought was pretty cool.
Okay,
is that
but,
Google Hangouts? Or was
Don't
it?
remember.
Okay.
You know, I know those
It wouldn't have
systems
to
will
be,
let.
it could just.
I
be
know
separate.
you
Each
ha-
one could be separate.
I know those systems, you know, are free to a certain level, but I mean I can't afford to pay for 500 people
Well,
to.
no, I was just,
be
no, what
in
we'd
there.
have to pay for is having 3 other monitors in our room. Hey, how are you doing, you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, let's let's see how it goes. Put it in your minds. The question is, since I'm going to be disabled in another month for 6 weeks because of my knee or my ankle replacement, would you rather be coming to my home, or do you want to try it doing it from home on on a
It's an easy
YouTube?
decision. Are you
Huh?
gonna have food?
We're going to have food.
Dude, what about the wine?
I mean, yeah, and wine. I mean, I was no, but I was planning food and wine.
I was
Thinking
kidding
we
too.
might have a trial run. We'd have to do if we have an actual ice event, because our winter has been a little.
Yeah, that's true.
So
We
we
could,
might be caught off guard and
yeah.
have to have some kind of a backup.
Okay, we could do that. I mean, we could definitely do that. We can definitely, if we have a weather emergency, we could definitely say we're going to do it online.
Okay, there's a guy I go to that's an astrologer, and he has a meeting, and all these people show up, and you can look at everybody, and all these, it comes up with just the tiles on the window, you know, and you can see everybody there, and you know, somebody's doing this, and somebody's doing this.
Tell them to shut off their camera.
No,
And then some of them are
fortunately,
just,
the camera's
some
only
are aimed at
pretty.
the ceiling. But, you know, he can, I guess there's a way you can capture that and you could rebroadcast it.
Oh, no,
Well,
video. Or
yeah.
Well,
recorded.
anyway, it's captured. If I do it on YouTube,
So whoever speaks comes to the top. You know.
Right.
yeah, YouTube won't do that.
I don't know
YouTube
what this is.
will
I
only-
could find out
Google
what this
Hangouts
is.
will do that, but sometimes if you're sharing a document, you have to click on that tile. So, in other words, like my boss, we call into his number, so he holds the floor. So that's what you would be doing.
Yeah,
There's another one I can't think of the name of, and that's what this guy's using. And we've talked about it at work.
but how many people does he have involved in it?
It comes and goes, but there would be 2 pages at one point I was looking at, so there was like 53 people or something.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Not Citrix.
So you can kind of flip and look at different people in the group, or you know.
Well, it probably goes through Citrix because those are the switching
Yeah, because I'm looking
systems.
at a teleconference, but then it would still be one person because they're attending almost like a webinar
Right.
Go to,
style.
I think it's go to meeting. Go to meeting.
Go to meeting. All right. Well, let me write down go to meeting. I haven't done this in a
Is
while.
it still multiple people you can see? I can't remember if it is shut off. I guess you can have
You,
options. to
you,
shut
yeah,
off
you've got
cameras
options.
and mute people.
You're right.
All right. Well, I'm going to look into go to meeting as a possible way of doing these meetings in the future. And if any of you have a comment on
It should work on a
how we're going
I
to
was-
do this going
I
forward
was just doing it on my PC.
so that
Yeah, I don't have a camera.
people outside of Annapolis
Well,
can
my camera's
participate
covered up
more.
with a piece
Please
of blue tape.
give us your input.
So when they
We
see my
appreciate
picture, it's
that.
just a blue haze.
I just turned my camera off.
Yeah, I don't
People
trust
staring
it.
in my house.
I physically
Well, then I heard
block it.
when I heard the Facebook Mark Zuckerberg put something over his camera, it made me paranoid. I have
Yeah.
stickies on all my cameras.
You're the- well, that's exactly
House
what
of
I
fruit
did.
nuts.
My work computer had a little square piece of cardboard with tape over it. I mean, it was
Oh, okay, so you're
obliterated. It was black.
No chance they were getting through there.
You are not going to watch me, IRS.
Do you have any thoughts about this, John? You're very quiet.
John's like, let me out of here.
I think once in a while for certain trial things and trying out certain things, it's okay. I wouldn't probably be attending if that were the rule rather
that was
than the
permanent,
exception.
right.
Because
The
I
one
like,
good thing
I like the
about it-
personal interaction. I like to see a real face.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
me too.
And I like the food aspect of it.
And my son
Wine.
thinks it's good for me to get out and socialize with humans. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got a family like ours. Nobody leaves the house.
So
Put
look,
on your street clothes.
given this winter time and your predilection and my predilection against ice, if we have another ice or snowstorm, we'll try it, and we'll try to involve everyone in it. Yeah. we can see how
Or
it
even a
goes.
one-off that we pre-schedule out for another, if you wanted to try what would you do, like a round table or a?
Well, no, I mean,
Discussion, like, board meeting?
I have pages of notes for discussion here.
So that would be
Right.
just doing the topic. that
So
way.
so I'll do it and allow, everybody to ask questions, and you'll be able to ask questions, but they'll be typed for this purpose. I mean, I'm not up to the go-to-meeting speed yet. I'll look into that. And so, but, just spontaneously, on no notice, I got 45 people to participate
For a Saturday afternoon.
on a Saturday afternoon. And, they asked a lot of very, very good questions. And so, I think there's some potential. And, but I really feel that we ought to try to keep meeting physically, too. I think that's important. And interestingly, I have started a couple of conversations with people in other parts of the world, and people who have had encounters with the greater personality and who have been struggling with their own personal circumstances. And they all feel saved by Jung, as I do. Okay, and so, I don't think he's a savior. He's certainly not a saint. Never was. But
Neither was Augustine.
uh,
Neither was Augustine.
yeah, neither was he. And so, but I mean, the suggestion has been made that gradually we form a team of brave, courageous people who are prepared to talk about some of these issues, which are tougher. The discussion last week was very tough for me in a way. I mean, because as I said to the guys last week, that masturbation has always been my bugaboo, and so,
You really have to toe the line, won't we?
why?
FCC.
Well, I mean, we even among ourselves, we don't talk about politics. What else might we run into?
Well,
Yeah, religion, is that going to be a no?
I mean, I think because we have an understanding.
No,
Religion is
look,
one
we
thing,
have
but
to,
I think
if
we
we're going to
can-
talk about Jung, we're going to talk about religion. But, very interestingly, I don't know who was here in the session, but I did a discussion in one of the first sessions, maybe between session 3 and session 5, about my encounter with Mephistopheles. Okay, and I put a video on YouTube. It's still there on YouTube. It's still there in my account, and it's called, My Encounter with Mephistopheles, right, or My Visionary Encounter with Mephistopheles. But you can't get access to it. Even I can't get access to it outside of my account. Okay, in my account, I can see the video and I can watch it, but nobody can have access to it. Nobody can see it.
That Mephistopheles is a tricky guy.
Did you
I
send
know.
it?
So, somebody censored it.
Oh, okay.
That seems
so
clear.
Somebody must have. Can't you report, and that's what happens? It gets put into like a black hole. Is that what happens?
I think so, yeah. I mean, somebody didn't like this.
That
This-
whole thing.
Yeah, somebody didn't like the fact that I had a vision of Mephistopheles, and so they complained, and so I wouldn't even have known it, except that I tried to look at the video today because I wanted to point it out to someone, and I couldn't see it myself through my account.
Could you try to repost it?
Change
Well,
the
I've thought
title?
about that. I mean,
Just to see what happens.
I mean, the word Mephistopheles was in the title of the previous
Just say
video.
Dr. M.
So I may
Stop.
find a way to tell this story again, or put, somehow
Or you have a patient.
repurpose that video so that
Is there an even more, another name? I mean, you couldn't use Abraxas, but you could
The
use
shadow, maybe? I mean, that's what it stood for, wasn't it? When you told the story?
the topic, the title of the video for me
could just
would
say-
be, what's my beef with fundamentalism, right? Because
That'll get you off.
that'll certainly attract
Yeah.
flies, right?
My
But
struggle.
you could just say
My struggle with fundamentalism.
Personal
Faust. You could just say something like my discussion with Faust's old friend or something.
Uh,
Gotta watch your keywords.
well, maybe I'll put it up with some plain vanilla title, like "This is the vision
Car
that you."
ride.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good idea.
What?
It happened in his car. So
Oh,
car
yeah.
ride.
This is the vision I had in my car as the title, right? And don't mention this word Mephistopheles in it at all.
Just M.
Yeah, because then I can refer to it, and I can, when I'm communicating with people, I want to tell them to look at this. I can tell them about it, and here it is, but I'm not trying to attract by word search,
Right.
right?
For that type of person, though, even Jung would be a
Trigger.
trigger. Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, we can't not talk about religion because that's what Jung was really all about in the end.
Let me take my
In the end.
antipsychotics.
Ah, yes.
What's to do with your beer?
We won't turn the video on Bill right now while he takes this is antipsychotic.
My fish oil first.
You're gonna get that fish oil.
Okay.
For my